What's up, everybody? This is my friend Malcolm Parker. He came second place in locals today. All right, Malcolm, tell them what deck you were playing.
I am basically playing Monarchs.
All right.
Monarchs are awesome. I played the deck because I did not want to play Pendulums at all. I don't like Pendulums, so I saw Monarchs were coming back, so I was like, hey, give it a try.
All right, that's great. You want to just show us the deck real quick?
Of course, let's do this.
All right.
So, of course, starting with Monarchs, you gotta play 3 Ethers. Because that's a good card. I'll tell you why later on. Continuing, you gotta also play 3 Erebus, if I'm saying that right. In this deck, I play. Hold on 1 second, guys. I play also 3 Ideas. And then going down to 2 each, I play 2 Vanities, 2 Eidos, and then 1 Mega Monarch Thessalos.
Why not Lucanus?
You can. It really depends on the player. I mean, honestly, personally, I like both. But right now, I like this guy because on the first turn, he hits the hand. Caius is just as good in situations, but like I said, it depends on the player. And for me, I'm gonna go with this guy.
Oh, okay, that's good.
1 Majesty's Fiend, and 1 Kuras.
All right.
Some people play 2, but I personally don't like 2 because I did test out 2. So far, I've decked with 2, so I'd say with 1, it feels better and it doesn't brick as much. Plus, it syncs more with the deck.
Okay, cool. Is this it for the monsters?
Oh yeah, this is it for the monsters.
Okay.
All right, so like I said, 3 Ethers are good. 3 Erebus. Erebus because not only does it not target, you can get it back from the graveyard, dump a spell and or trap Monarch card. This card is definitely good, especially with Kuras. Basically get it on the field by tributing, and then special summon this guy, pop a card or 2, himself included if you want. Get up to 2 draw cards, there you go. And Idea at 3. Haven't heard anybody say 2. If I have, then that's probably their playstyle, but it has to be 3 because on the field special Eidos, get Eidos effect off, tribute for whatever big guy you got. Plus, if you had a remove from play card, get it back from the remove from play, add it to your hand, from the deck, from the grave, from wherever. This guy is good. Basically, if you could somehow get Vanity and Majesty out, how can they play?
Oh, okay, it's good.
But like I said, it really depends. I like this format. Thanks to my friend Chris, he helped me out.
All right.
That guy knows how to build decks. He's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I do my best. All right.
All right, now to the spell cards.
Okay.
So you gotta play with pantheism. I'll tell you why afterwards. 3 pantheisms, 3 tenacities, equally important. 3 domains, 3 storm force, 3 upstarts, 3 chicken games. And let's see, and then 1 each of Return of the Monarch, Rhoda, Foolish, and 1 for 1.
Okay.
So in any Monarch deck, this card, Pantheism, is essential because not only does it give you a good draw engine, it also helps you search even more. So you draw by dumping any one of these other cards, including itself. Draw 2, and once it hits the graveyard, banish, search, get 3 or whatever, and there you go. This basically speeds the deck up. The tenacity, you need 3 of these because if you got a big guy in your hand, reveal, get whatever card you need. 3 domains because most decks go for that extra deck. This stops people from doing that, and they have no choice but to pay attention to this as one of their targets. Plus, it does 2 other things. It gives their big guys more attack, and if I remember correctly, let me see. Attack, and it also decreases. Sorry about that, guys. It also decreases the level of your big guy. So That reduces how many monsters you need to tribute for that. Then you need Stormforth for just one awesome thing. It does not target. It's basically a better version of Soul Exchange. It does not target. You can tribute their guys, and it works really well with Ether because Ether's effect on their main phase, her effect, you can banish a card from the graveyard, and in sync with this, when you activate, you can tribute their monster and summon Ether. Tribute their monster, your monster, and tribute Ether, and there you go. This is a really good card for a lot of good strategies.
And you really getting past like the bear match, you really get past Stormforce, right?
Oh yeah, getting past mirror matches. This also helps against other decks as well.
Well, yeah, nice.
Upstart, basically a cards. These cards speed up the deck. If you look like you have a brick hand, you got to upstart into a card. You never know, you might upstart into a chicken game, or a tenacity. Speaking of chicken game is also good because not only you pay 1,000 life points, but so what? You pay 1,000 life points, you might draw into a upstart, you might draw into a tenacity, or even a pantheism, or even a rhoda, whatever else. Plus, if you can get rid of chicken game with Koraz or even another fill card. You can easily get rid of this. So chicken game speeds up the deck. It's like another upstart, and you can get rid of it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Then of course you need Rhoda to search out Edea. Return is a good card as well. I'm going to be honest here. When it came down between March and Return, and eventually I decided to go with Return because why not search out a monster when you tribute? Why not search? Search is always good.
Yeah, it is.
Foolish Burial helps with Edea as well. That's the only card that basically you want to get in your graveyard if you got a Pantheism rebanished or any other card banished. And this, I noticed something too. Like there's going to be plays where people try to stop your Edea from getting on the field. That's cool. Foolish Burial, send it to the graveyard. They didn't stop anything because you can still get a banished card or 1-for-1. Dump a monster, special Edea. They still didn't stop anything. So in the end, they didn't really stop much. And I like when my opponent goes, well, I didn't stop anything. That's because you didn't. So these cards are essential. Yes, everyone has their playstyle, but so far, when Chris showed me this, I was first skeptical, but when I played it out and I saw how fast it moved and how good of a flow it had, then I was like, this is a pretty good build, pretty good engine.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It hasn't bricked really much at all.
That's good. Kamaru did brick quite a bit.
Oh yeah, and of course 2 primes. Now I know what people are going to say. Why not 3? 3 I have been thinking about, but so far 2 seems to be balanced. It's a really good trap card. Basically, it does recycle if it's on the field. Recycling never hurts the deck. It always helps because you can always tribute more. Because in the end, I've noticed you always have plenty of big guys left. But once it hits the graveyard, it helps a lot. It helps because you can banish another Monarch spell and or trap card, especially itself, bring it to the field, and you can tribute the guy. Or you can use it for defense because it has a huge amount of defense. Side note, I wish it had higher defense because then people would look at it like, wow, I can't get over its defense. But it's cool. The defense is decent at where it's at.
Alright, it's wonderful. You want to show us your extra deck?
Oh, sure. So here's the side deck. Honestly...
Yo, where's your extra deck? Don't you need an extra deck for this?
Oh, no. You don't need an extra deck. Alright, so here's the side deck. That's the good part too, because extra decks, this deck, the Monarch deck is meant to go against decks that like to go into their extra deck.
Yeah, that's true.
You shut that down, they can't really do anything. But so far, I'm still deciding on, well, I'll tell you after that, 2 Solemn Scoldings, and then after that, 2 MSTs. Then after that, 2 Chalices, Forbidden Chalices. 2 Jinzos, 2 Lantias, and then 2 lads. Hold on 1 second, guys. Two lads. And then one of each Raigeki, Dark Hole, and of course another Majesty's Fiend on the side.
Alright.
So Sculling is a very good card, especially for Monarchs, because they don't play a lot of face downs. And this card specifically says you have to have this card as a face down, and it's basically just as good as Shrek because it basically can stop anything. The only thing you have to worry about is this guy the only face down. Once that condition has been met, if they try to activate anything, magic spell, trap, monster effect, or if they try to summon anything, Silent Scolding says nope. And 3,000 life points, it may sound like a lot, but depending on when you play it, of course, it can stop a lot.
It wins you a game, right?
Oh yeah, it wins games.
Alright.
MST. I used to play with 3, but then I found out there's more to the side I can put into. 2 is pretty good. 2 forbidden challenges. I noticed that people like to run over the vanities and majesties, and sometimes even the bigger guys. So with this, it helps them survive. And my opponent's monsters, if you negate their effects, like their monster effects, they can't go off like Tin Man in Cosmos. That's just another example. Jinzo is basically for those who like to play trap cards like assholes they are. So you play Jinzo, you summon that guy towards certain decks, and their back row's messed up, and then they have to think around Jinzo. They have to find out how to get around him or over him, and it's pretty good. Lancia is good because, especially against other Monarch decks, because if they play, if they try to banish Idea or Pantheism, nope, can't do that. Good against other decks as well. I think also against Cosmo. If you do it at the right time, they can't, tag out or whatever, or banish or whatever. Lad is really good. At first, I was like, when I saw Lad going against me, especially on DN, when another Monarch player played Lad, I saw how powerful this card was, because on my turn I had to figure out how to get over this guy, and I found out you have to use a lot of resource to get over this guy. And it's kind of funny seeing your opponent like trying to get over a guy that negates everything.
Yeah, that's true.
So this card works. Just gotta know when to side it in, basically. Another Majesty's Fiend, because some decks you need another Majesty to draw into or search for. Just having ones that I love, so you have to have another Majesty. And of course Dark Hole and Raigeki, because sometimes people like to swarm like crazy, or a lot of times. So why not have 2 cards that can clear the field? Dark Hole would sometimes hurt you, but it really depends on when you play it, and that's pretty much it. At the moment, I am thinking about 3 lads. Only thinking about it. Give it a little bit more time to marinate, but at the time, 2 seems more balanced, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the side.
All right. What do you think is your hardest matchup at the moment right now?
Honestly, every deck is my hardest matchup. To be honest. Not because I'm trying to be humble or anything, but because it really depends on the player. If the player knows how to play their deck well, then good. But in honesty, or more honesty, I'm going to say Monarchs, just like every other deck, has plus and minuses depending on which deck. Like some decks that swarm the field, that bounce off monster effects like Mermills, if you can stop them from activating their effects, like if you summon Majesty, you shut that down, or Vanities or both, that shuts down their deck. So Monarchs can do well against certain decks, like Cosmos. I've seen have done well against Cosmos. I've seen them do well against Mermills. I've seen them do well against a whole bunch of stuff. But it really comes down to that. I think, I'm trying to see, I know there's a deck, I can't think of the top of my head, but I know there's a deck that would basically give Monarchs a hard time, and people are citing a lot of stuff like Master Trick and stuff like that, so I don't know. That's a good question. So far, for me doing, um, each deck has been challenging, but I don't know. I gotta keep doing with this deck to see what other folks' decks are challenging.
All right.
But at the time, we'll see.
Oh, yeah, that's great. All right, Malcolm, thank you much for the deck. Congratulations on getting second today.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, everybody, have a great day. Thank you.